Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers transport 600 sets of daily supplies and 500 sets of hot meals in disaster areas. Despite hardships, a 60-year-old Taiwanese cancer patient bravely battles her illness motivated by her children. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. In Indonesia, to help the residents affected by the recent tsunami, Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers have transported 600 sets of daily supplies to Semir, Pandeglang. Meanwhile, at another disaster zone, Lampan, the volunteers distributed 500 sets of hot meals over the course of 2 days. They hope to distribute more needed supplies and conduct free clinics in the coming days.
In the aftermath of the tsunami, a church in Pandeglang has held a Christmas Mass. Only 100 people attended, but everyone prayed sincerely. They're grateful for their safety and well-being.
We need to pray for the affected residents so they can face the disaster with courage.
After assessing the damages, Jakarta Tzu Chi volunteers carry out their emergency disaster relief mission. They prepared 600 sets of supplies, 80 boxes of 10-kilogram instant rice, and cooking equipment. They originally planned to distribute supplies and provide hot meals in a free clinic in Semir, Pandeglang. However, since the rain had flooded a nearby town, the volunteers could not move forward. They waited for the water to recede and were finally able to reach their destination by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Nevertheless, they are prohibited from entering the disaster area for safety concerns. At another disaster area, Lampang, Selatan, the volunteers have been cooking hot food at a church and have distributed 500 sets of hot meals. The Dharma masters at the Temple of Volunteers also visited the disaster area to provide care. In the future, the volunteers plan to distribute daily supplies, including toothbrushes and towels, so that affected residents can wait patiently at the temporary shelters before rebuilding their homes.
U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers continue to provide support in the aftermath of the California campfire. Many of the affected residents were middle-class families, so the cash cards that they received greatly helps in this difficult recovery process. In addition, the Seeds of Goodness has motivated many to give back themselves.
Pretty creepy after, you work so hard to get something so nice. It's all gone.
The most destructive wildfire in the history of California has damaged many middle-class families. They have lost their homes and jobs, suddenly tearing their life apart.
When we saw the fire, we just thought we'd be gone a day, maybe 2 days at the most. And we never thought that it would burn the whole entire our life away.
There were some things that survived, not very many things, but like this one, it's broke. It has a face.
Robert and his wife took Tzu Chi volunteers to go back to their destroyed home. He showed the volunteers the only childhood picture of him and his mother on his cell phone. Unfortunately, he was unable to save the physical picture.
I have a picture of her and I when I was 6 months old.
Yeah.
She has her hand, I have my hand on her cheek.
Yeah.
We never did get the picture.
The couple bought some living necessities with the cash card they received last time. The scarf, which was made from recycled PET bottles, has warmed their body and heart.
Yes. Oh, I love it. It's warm.
The wife Nancy is here to get a prepaid debit card for her elderly mother, whom she was talking on the phone with.
I have it, Nana. I have the address. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Although life has given deal of them some hardship, they've kept their faith and have stayed strong and continue to move forward so that one day they can give back.
Repentance purifies the mind. A pure mind can readily sweep away afflictions.
Recently, Tzu Chi Cambodia Liaison Office held a year-end blessing ceremony. This year, many people brought back their bamboo coin banks to show their gratitude towards Tzu Chi. Moreover, a volunteer shared her story on how Tzu Chi has completely changed her life.
The volunteers in Cambodia showed the importance of recycling through a stage play performance. A volunteer also went on the stage to share that her father has successfully quit smoking and drinking. Life in her family has changed ever since.
I am sure that I will keep working hard in the future. I am thankful for my father, as he has changed for the better.
Seeing that my husband has quit bad habits, I feel very happy. It's like the whole family has gained hope.
The year-end blessing ceremony in Cambodia was on the same day of aid distribution. People brought back their bamboo coin banks to spread love.
Inside the bamboo coin bank is full of the love that I have accumulated each day. I hope with the little help, it can assist people in need.
The public members can be just like us, learning how to spread the seeds of love around. Sometimes they will bring the bamboo coin bank back to us as a way to show their gratitude. I am deeply touched.
From this event, we can see that love has been planted in everyone's heart and that love has no boundaries.
In Zhanghua, there is a 64-year-old Tzu Chi volunteer who used to be under the influence of alcohol, cigarettes, and gambling. After joining Tzu Chi, his life had made a complete 180. Not only has he conquered his addictions, but now he often goes to Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital to volunteer. In addition, he has also taken up on pruning and trimming trees as a way to self-cultivate.
If you use an electric saw to prune a tree, it will be done quickly. Therefore, you cannot truly understand nature, such as soil and water.
Chen Yupo can deeply connect with Mother Nature as he prunes the trees. With every move, his worries from the past also vanish from his mind.
Before joining Tzu Chi, I was addicted to gambling, betel nuts, cigarettes, and alcohol.
He used to drink till midnight. I had to bring him back home.
After joining Tzu Chi, Mr. Chen had changed for the better. He stayed away from the bad habits. 10 years ago, his son got married on the same day when he became a certified Tzu Chi volunteer.
I'm wondering what kind of coincidence it was. I became a certified Tzu Chi volunteer on the same day when my son got married. You don't see this very often in life.
Completing two important things in life at the same time is unforgettable for him. For a long time, he has been serving as a medical volunteer.
When I come in, the first thing I do is turn on the computer. For me, the most difficult thing was when I did not know anything about the work. Now I come here every month to learn new skills.
He isn't in good health, but he still puts lots of efforts into the volunteer work.
When Mr. Chen is determined to do something, he will put all of his efforts into the work and keep on learning. For all of us, his attitude is worth learning.
In Taidong, a couple, Li Jingtang and Zheng Suyu, regularly volunteers at the Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital. They have vowed to continue carrying out Tzu Chi's missions after retirement.
The beautiful scenery of rice paddies in Guanshan, Taidong attracts many people. The couple Li Jingtang and Zheng Suyu decided to move from Tainan to settle in Taidong because of this scenery.
I think everything has been arranged by God. The volunteer Wang Mingzhong is a very hospitable person. When I got to the Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital, he was at the entrance gate pushing a wheelchair. I told him that we came from Tainan and asked him whether we had any chance to settle here. He said we could buy a house here with a very low price.
The couple experienced the rebellious stage of their children. It was not until they came into contact with their Dharma that they learned to let go of worries. In 2004, Li Jintang decided to close his beef noodle shop that he had operated for 20 years, so that he and his wife can concentrate on carrying out Tzu Chi's work.
In fact, we started to listen to the preface of the sutra since 2011. Although we once stopped, we try our best to listen to Master Zheng Yan's morning Buddhist teachings when we have free time. If we don't do this, we may feel uneasy.
Now the life of the couple is busier than before, but they both feel more content. They volunteer day and night to do recycling, winning support from their neighbors.
When I did recycling at that time, I felt very happy. I was able to concentrate on sorting recyclables, which helped purify my heart.
Guanshan has become the couple's second hometown. This year, they will become certified Tzu Chi volunteers, continuing to carry out Tzu Chi missions.
Staying in Taiwan, there's a 60-year-old terminal stage cancer patient, Fang Ruixuan, who grew up in an impoverished family. After getting married, she faced many marital challenges, to the point where she once thought about ending her life. Fortunately, for the sake of her children, she's staying strong.
Fang Ruixuan's handmade cookies are well received by the public.
To make delicious cookies, you need to treat your customers as if they are your children. Make the cookies with a loving heart, then the cookies will be crunchy and tasty.
With the nickname Garlic Mother, Fang sells cookies on Facebook. She regularly donates 2% of her income.
I can make small donations. It makes me feel very joyful. It is very good.
She worked in the funeral service industry for 18 years. However, since she fell ill, she had to stop working.
If I did not get cancer, if I did not fall ill, I'd still be working today. I would not be taking rest.
Fang, who has terminal stage tongue cancer, underwent a 12-hour surgery. She took pictures of leg scar, which is a result of skin grafting.
Without this scar, my face would not be complete. I'd look very ugly, and I might not be able to even talk.
Fang is fatigued from undergoing repeated chemotherapies. Therefore, she writes Chinese calligraphy to calm herself.
Since I like it, since I enjoy writing, so I feel calm. When I have worries, I pick up the paintbrush. One needs to calm one's mind in order to finish writing stroke by stroke. Therefore, this activity helps me calm down.
Art can be healing. Fang also makes wooden sculptures and finds her inner peace during the process.
I was able to reflect upon myself and think about what I enjoy doing. I want to study and I want to make wooden sculptures. My father was a carpenter and I really like these works.
Fang thinks about what she has been through. Coming from an impoverished family, she had to face her husband's extramarital affairs after getting married.
Walking on the riverbank, I was thinking about giving up on myself. However, when I was on the riverbank, the infants in my body moved. I was surprised. Back then, I thought, I do not have the rights to end his life.
Because of her child, she gave up the thought of ending her own life. This time, she's also battling against cancer for the sake of her child.
I accept all the treatments. I undergo the treatments willingly.
I still feel frightened because I have not been practicing filial piety. I'm usually just busy with my own work. Then all of a sudden she fell ill. I'm afraid that I won't have the chance to fulfill my filial duties.
Leading a simple life, Fang hopes that she can practice her compassion naturally.
To give of myself from the bottom of my heart is to be as natural as water. That is true kindness. People should not only be kind to themselves, they should be kind to everyone.
Polyneuritis is an autoimmune disease which can be caused by a virus. This is where inflammation of many nerves occurs simultaneously. This can result in confusion, pain, paralysis, and eventual muscle wasting. Acupuncture is one way that has been proven to be quite effective. This affects about 1 to 2 people out of 100,000 cases per year. Let's hear about a success case.
Liang Mingda has been a broadcaster for 30 years, with a long-term dedication to remote areas as well as numerous medical reports, leading him to win 8 Golden Bell Awards. He never expected to be interviewed about his own serious illness.
It doesn't matter if I can't walk, at least you can move around. I feel very grateful that within half a year, I still had hope. I was at the Taiwan Tzu Chi hospital, and within 2 months, I could get rid of the walker and could do it on my own.
In August 2018, Liang Mingda was struck with a rare severe polyneuritis, leading to limb weakness and inability to swallow in his prized voice. He quickly sunk to a low point in his life as his wife searched the internet for help. She found that the Taiwan Tzu Chi hospital merged Chinese and Western medicine together in treatments as she insisted on transferring him from Yunlin to Taichung.
Western medicine may attack these antibodies. After they have been calmed down, then some nerves may be destroyed and will need to be repaired. There's a lot of balance needed in immune function, as this requires the intervention of traditional Chinese medicine, such as acupuncture.
The golden treatment period for severe polyneuritis is 2 months. During this period, when acupuncture associated with traditional Chinese medicine is applied, the effect can be remarkable.
We hope to increase circulation in the body and get his qi moving and energy in his body distributed to his limbs, allowing for a quicker recovery.
Today, Liang Mingda can move about freely and will soon be able to return to his broadcasting career. He hopes to use this life-changing experience and learn from it.
Tima Myanmar hosted a special gathering where they invited medical personnel who participated in Tzu Chi free clinics. Many doctors shared and exchanged their experiences in hopes to provide better medical services for the impoverished population in remote areas.
Myanmar Tima members have been providing medical services and care in remote villages since 2016.
I'm glad to see the medical team to gradually grow from just 1 or 2 doctors to a fully prepared team now.
Patients have given their feedbacks to us, and they say that their illnesses would have recovered as soon as they see the doctors. I expect myself to continue to join Tima to serve others with love and to find peace in my mind.
Tima invited many medical professionals in Myanmar to join the event. A Tima doctor from Malaysia shared Tzu Chi's medical mission in his country, which has deeply inspired all participants.
Tzu Chi is an organization that transcends religious and ethnicity differences and hosts free clinics in places that are most needed. It's a very meaningful act. All doctors join because they have a great heart to help others, and I hope that our health committee can also collaborate with Tzu Chi in the future.
Doctors share their experience to treat patients in remote villages where medical resources were lacking. They hope that more medical professionals can join the Tima team.
A Tzu Chi volunteer and a diner owner, Chen Xiurong, lost both her husband and younger sister to cancer. Her sister's last wish was that she could start selling vegetarian food. Therefore, she honored her wish despite the many challenges that she faced along the way.
Losing her younger sister and husband in 3 years, Chen Xiurong was once in a state of deep sadness. However, she stayed strong to carry out her younger sister's dying wish.
My younger sister kept saying, "Sister, let's change and sell vegetarian food." Back then, she had already fallen ill. There was a tumor on the foot, and we did not know she had bone cancer.
I fulfilled her dying wish. It's something she wanted to accomplish before she passed away. At least I was able to carry it out.
Selling vegetarian food was difficult at first because it was hard to change the customers' eating habits.
When we first tried selling vegetarian food, we did not succeed. When it was time to restock food ingredients at night, the vendor asked me how many kilograms of meat I needed. I struggled internally as I was making money by killing lives. I felt terrible and decided it was time to sell vegetarian food.
After eating here, I found that she uses very good food ingredients.
The diner has successfully changed to a vegetarian one. Chen donates the first income of the day. Having lost her loved ones, she's now dedicated to Tzu Chi's activities, contributing to the society.
In our continuing series about Tzu Chi Foundation's first public charity program for youth creators, we're introducing to you a nonprofit organization, Calls Over Ridges, composed of 2 young graduates from the economic department of the National Taiwan University. For the 2015 Nepal earthquake, they came up with the slogan, "Save a Drink Every Month," to raise funds, with nearly 30 volunteers heading over to the disaster area 3 months after the earthquake. The group even launched a 5-year plan. Let's check out their amazing journey.
In 2015, the Nepal earthquake led two National Taiwan University students to set up a foundation called Calls Over Ridges. 3 months after the earthquake, they paid their first visit to Nepal to learn more.
Seeing residents live in sheet metal houses or just tents made us feel quite sad. As college students, we felt a little helpless regarding this situation, so we were struggling inside.
After the strong earthquake, this little girl, Susmita, was forced to live under this canvas tent. Despite the hardship, the earthquake couldn't take away her smile as these students decided to stay on.
After the earthquake, many local families struggled to make ends meet. The first thing that many of these parents had to sacrifice was children's education. Some 42% of the local children had nowhere to go to school. In other words, more than half of these classrooms remained empty.
Since the awarding of scholarships to these students, they have resumed their education after the earthquake.
Most parents think that I just came to get money. Some parents even said that getting children to go to school is something that teachers should be responsible for and had nothing to do with them.
We actually found that there were a lot of new books piled up in the local principal's office after the earthquake. They were all donated by internationally famous organizations such as Room to Read. A lot of the books are very new, and the principal said that the books had been stored here because he worried that the children would ruin them.
There is a lack of educational resources here in Nepal, and these students began developing an educational plan for them. In addition to providing scholarships, libraries, and computer classrooms, they also wanted to train local teachers.
We discussed how to make the lessons more attractive to students. We hope that this learning in the classroom could influence teachers and principals who will be able to implement such learning outside of the classroom. We hope that our influence could consistently improve their ability.
With parents and children sitting on the ground, the team hosts parent-child lectures, inviting people to discuss how their lives have changed because of education. This helped inspire parents to put more emphasis upon education. Also, English classes were arranged for the children, with some topics including career planning added to the course.
On 26th, we're going to arrive at Gorkha, and we will start our shooting at school.
Two 24-year-old young people who flew from Taiwan to Nepal transitioned from student volunteers to founders of a nonprofit organization have taken to training local youth, as their main goal is to leave the area.
We also successfully established an NGO officially certified by local government in Nepal in 2018. We told them at the time that one day they can run it themselves.
In the past 3 years, the local enrollment rate in schools has increased to 98%. And the dropout rate has dropped to 2%. In the future, they will visit more areas in Nepal, encourage them to use education to change the course of their life.
孩子未来的路，我们准备好了。
The Tzu Chi Continuing Education Center in Penang, Malaysia provides a public platform for easy learning. This year, it provided humanistic culture courses for a total of 734 people. This was a great way to both interact and promote the importance of social education. Thank you for watching. See you next time.